What's good? What's good? I'm your host, Fresh. Welcome back to Travel Talk. So today we're coming with another one. This is Ep.3, and today we'll be talking about the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. That is. And let me tell you about Charlotte, North Carolina. I love Charlotte, North Carolina. I can't even front. I feel like Charlotte, North Carolina is going to be a city like Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Orlando, Florida. It could be like Washington D.C. And I'm talking about with the population. This is a guys. Charlotte, North Carolina is a city that's on the come up. I mean, it wasn't like this not even 10 years ago. I grew up in Virginia, and we came down to Carowinds when we was kids, and Charlotte didn't look nothing like Charlotte look like today, and that was about 15 to 20 years ago. So, guys, I'm telling you right now, times is changing in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's why I'm talking about Charlotte, North Carolina today. Guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe, click on the notification. Subscribe, guys. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. Let's make it happen. So Charlotte has a population of about 874,000 people. That's a lot of people. Now, when you're looking at it like, well, that ain't a lot of people because Chicago got 3 million, New York got 9 million. Hey, guess what, guys? Didn't I just tell you Charlotte is an up and coming city, meaning that it's a young city. But you give it 20 more years and Charlotte will be the size of Atlanta, Georgia. I put money on it. I'm not no genie or nothing like that, but I can see from 20 years ago to today that Charlotte has literally grew up on me in front of my eyes. And this would definitely be a place to look into if you just graduated college in business. What they have everything. They're the second largest financial district in America behind New York City. So, guys, that is telling you right now that Charlotte, North Carolina is serious. This is a city that if you want to move to Charlotte, you can literally grow in. I'm from Roanoke. I'm not from Charlotte, North Carolina, but like I'm telling you guys, I have been down there in the last year. Check out my video on Fresh Visions. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, click on the notification. Guys, Charlotte, North Carolina is where it's at. And it has a metropolitan area of about 2.8 million people. So, guys, if you add in Charlotte's counties, I don't know the county names, I'm not even going to front, but if you add in the counties and the city in that metropolitan, we're looking at about 2.8 million people. Now, you tell me if this is a small city or not. Charlotte just does not have the culture like Atlanta, Georgia, New York City, Miami, Florida, Detroit, um, what else can I say? Cleveland, Ohio. They have culture. Charlotte does not have culture yet. But give it 5 more years and Charlotte's gonna have some type of culture. They got up and coming musicians. They're home of the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Guys, Charlotte is for real. They have Carowinds, a large attraction amusement park. Guys, Charlotte is where you want to be at. They have clubs. They have nice restaurants, expensive restaurants. They have Gucci, they have Louis, they have South Park. Guys, Charlotte is an up and coming city. It is on the rise, and they're growing by the day. I don't know the numbers, but one video that I watched, I'm not going to say no names, but the guy mentioned that it was 60 people moving to Charlotte per day. Now, you tell me if that ain't crazy. And this guy was a realtor. So you tell me if that ain't crazy. 60 people a day moving to your city every single day, 365 days out of a year. Guys, Charlotte is where you want to be. And I can tell you, Charlotte is known for history. I mean, it dates back to 1576, and that was the Indian tribe that lived in Charlotte. And then by 1759, smallpox had killed them or whatnot. And if we keep going into depth, Charlotte really was formed in 1762. 1762 is when Charlotte really formed because the English or the Dutch or whoever they were. Let me look up and see who these people were. You're saying German immigrants. So the German immigrants first founded Charlotte. They first moved after the smallpox that killed a lot of the Indians because you got to remember these were foreigners coming over to a new nation. They brought all kind of germs that was not normal for, at that time, Indian Americans. And it killed a lot of people because, they didn't have the cure for that stuff and they didn't know nothing about it. On to the next. Charlotte, it really took off in the 1910s, and it really grew. The population grew during World War One. 40,000, 48,000, excuse me, 48,000. So that's telling you, even in the early uh, 1900s, Charlotte was going to blow up anyway. Charlotte was letting us know before I was here, you was here, or anybody else is watching Travel Talk, that Charlotte was going to be a city one day. And Charlotte has then grew up to be a big city. And it's a modern city, guys. Modern. Check out my video on my uptown walk in Charlotte, North Carolina. Check that out on Fresh Visions. Click on that like button, click on the subscribe, click on the notifications. Guys, leave a comment. If this is your city and you from there, leave a comment. But guys, me just walking through Charlotte, I have walked many cities. Check out Fresh Visions. Click on the like and subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. Charlotte has its own feel that this is what a modern city in the United States in the future would look like, similar to that. They are growing so fast that I can see Charlotte as a powerhouse city in the near future. Meaning, if it's the second largest financial district in the United States of America, it could possibly be a similarity to New York City in the South. Now that's a big comparison. I know I'm going a little bit off the hey, Fresh, you going off the deep end? No, I'm not going off the deep end. Here's why. Because if it's the second largest financial district in America, it is going to grow the population by so much, hundreds of thousands, because there is jobs in Charlotte, manufacturing, healthcare, banking. Guys, that's like a perfect storm. If you put all of these entities and you mix them in with each other, and they coming together, they're gonna form a major city in the South. And Charlotte is young. Charlotte is really young. While I was walking out through Charlotte, I noticed that the average person looked like they was no older than 40 at the oldest, and from 40 to about 25. So we're looking at that ratio, and this is on a Friday evening when I'm walking through there. Friday afternoon, excuse me. People are just coming back from lunch. Some is just going to lunch. And I'm looking at the age group, and I'm looking at the oldest person I'm seeing is about 40. And the youngest people I'm seeing, they skateboarders or whatever they doing. They're like 25, 24, somewhere around there. So this is a young city that I'm looking at, meaning that Charlotte will grow. Charlotte would take off faster than what we really think. And it's gonna be one major city one day, and if people think I'm joking, they're wrong. So Charlotte, the area by land is 312 miles, square miles. So it's not a really big city, like I'm telling you guys, but at the same time, it's growing. Give it some time. Give Charlotte some time. If you're looking to move to Charlotte, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're looking to move into Charlotte, get yourself together first. Save up some money. You don't want to go down there with $2,000 or $3,000. We're talking about one of the major cities in America. So you want to have at least $5,000 to $10,000, because first of all, before you even move somewhere, because I see that 60 people are moving a day, which is, to me, is just ridiculous to sit there and think about. But you want to move down there with a plan. You want to go down there with about $5,000 to $10,000. The reason why you want to do that, because rent is already going to be higher than, might be where you're coming from. If you're coming from the north, you're going to love it in Charlotte. You know why? Because your rent is going to get cut literally in half. And you'll probably end up making more money down there, meaning pocketing more money after you pay all your bills, utilities. If you got children or whatnot, you'll start making more money down there than you would in the north. The reason why I say that again is because if you're living in the north right now, I've seen some cities where it's $4,000 a month. 4,000. We're not talking about a mortgage. We're talking about rent. Charlotte, I'm looking at prices between 15 and 20, 28, $2,900 a month. So you're going basically from, and probably for 2,900 in Charlotte, that's probably a 3 or 4 bedroom apartment for about 1,500, which we don't know what the area would look like for 1,500 a month, but probably for a 1 bedroom for 1,500, it's going to be an area where it's decent, but you probably have problems down the street. That's how it go in every city. Everybody knows that. So looking at Charlotte, Charlotte has 199 neighborhoods. Guys, that's a lot of neighborhoods. So that's what I'm saying. You want to plan this thing out before you move down to Charlotte. Now I'm even hyped about Charlotte, and this would be a location that I would literally want to move to because Charlotte is really like that. You know, everybody talk about Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia's for show. It's for partying. But if you about your business and you standing on business right now, Charlotte is going to be a better option. The reason why, because there's enough clubs to entertain yourself, but it's not enough noise in the background. You see what I'm trying to say? You can stay on the right track, or you can skid off to the wrong path. But in Charlotte, it's a lot less drama than it is in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm not knocking Atlanta, Georgia, because Atlanta, Georgia been popping since Martin Luther King. So let's keep it real. So they have a lot of parks and green space. You know, I think I'm saying this right. Lotta Park was created in 1891. Lotta Park, and it's a amusement park. Bryant Park, it was established in the 30s, and we have a whole lot of other, parks and trailways in Charlotte. All right, the weather in Charlotte. The weather in Charlotte, they have 4 seasons, meaning they have winter, fall, summer, and spring. Charlotte has clubs, they have strip clubs, they have restaurants, they have amusement parks. They have everything that a young woman or young man would want in life and to grow into. They have jobs. They have, you name it, they have it. They have the NASCAR Hall of Fame. They have a national football team. They have a national basketball team. And the Carolina Panthers and the I hate to say it, Charlotte Hornets. My bad, y'all. I wanted to say the Bobcats, but hey, look, I'm from Roanoke, and the Bobcats just came straight to my mind. I said, wait a minute, they ain't the Bobcats no more. I got to think about they ain't the Bobcats no more. That was a couple of years ago, but the Charlotte Hornets, they have the Charlotte Hornets. So, guys, what I'm trying to say to end this vlog on is Charlotte is popping, guys. Charlotte's where you want to be at, and Charlotte is growing, growing, growing. And people, if you want to move somewhere, have a game plan. Save up some money for a fallback plan, because say for instance you move to Charlotte and you get a job there and it ain't the job that you like, you gotta have a fallback plan, because if not, you're gonna be moving back home. That's if you can move back home, because if you blow all the dough, where you gonna go? That's keeping it real though. But it's your boy Fresh. I'm your host. Like and subscribe. Click on that notification. Leave a comment. I'm out.